It's not, it's not, it's not coming in the other ear.
I slept outside in the summer and watched the dew settle on the grass. And I went straight into town, but at the same speed came right back to my home, to my home, to my home. To wait for my wild love to find me. Well, I guess the reason we're sitting here in Jeff Kynes' kitchen talking is because I released a live record of a church show we did about a year ago. And why to put out a pesky live record when I have no plans to tour it and no plans to do a lot of shows? The inspiration was a friend Hal Kelp, who makes a lot of show-only records. He told me it's great just to do these show-only records, and it's fun and it's less pressure. And then I was going to do a show-only record, and of course John Bartlett of Kelp, the second I said that, he said, well, if you're going to go through all the trouble of making artwork and all that, why don't we just put it out? So we put it out pretty low-key, and you know, so the timing became a little less relevant as to when it came out, because it wasn't put out, it's not being put out as a record with any kind of push or anything like that. It's nice to have a document of a really nice night that we had in our lives as friends and musicians, so it's a fitting tribute to that. I got bruised by the autumn, like all the fruit left lying in the path. And I went straight up the hill, but at the speed of breaking glass. I came back home, I came back home, and I came home to wait for my wild love to find me. To wait for my wild love to find me. Well, you know, and the reason why we recorded this show in particular was just because there was someone there recording it. I mean, we record some shows, don't record others. Casually, another New Brunswicker, Jarrett Bartlett, who records a lot of Kelp shows, he said he was going to come record it, and because he had done a bunch of our other shows, and he just was pretty excited about how it turned out, so we just ended up keeping it all together as it was, like as a show, and took out the chit-chat and some of that stuff, and then at the end added a couple more louder songs from a bar that up in Wakefield that we always play at, and then ding ding, there we had ourselves a live record. I thawed out after freezing in the winter like the shit laying under the snow. And I talked to the birds and the trees, and I told them I would never go, but stay right home, stay back home. So I stayed home to wait for my wild love to find me. It's funny, people do ask me all the time, do you find it a drag that you have to play other people's music to make ends meet? And I find that I find it a ridiculous question, because it's such a wonderful way. Like, I feel really fortunate to be able to play music, and the people I get to play with are all people that I respect. And then I come home from all these things and I find myself really inspired to work on my own music, and usually it's music in a different direction, you know, from what I've been with. And if I'm playing loud music, then I come home and play quiet music, and it's sort of, my last record was really in the direction it was because I was out with Kathleen and playing, you know, in a rock band, and I came home and I wanted to play quieter music, and I think it really changed the direction of where I was going to go myself. So I think everything informs one another, and it works off of one another. And I try not to let anything get in the way of anything else, and just enjoy it all. So I stayed back home, I stayed back home, I stayed right home to wait for my wild love to find me. My wild love to find me. Well, being a father affects how I feel about being away, that's for sure. It makes every day, like, definitely makes you work harder, it makes you want to not like mail in shows because you're away from your family, and it's really hard to be away from your family. If you're going to be away from your family, what's the point of messing around? You might as well do the best you can do. And not that I wouldn't approach it that way anyway, but you know, I just find it makes it, you're way more, your work ethic improves, and you're just like, I don't know, everything changes. Like the way I play music, I don't know if that's changed. It hasn't been so long. So she's only 6 months old, our daughter, and definitely changes like your work ethic and your reason for being out there. You get way more focus, and you know, like there's a real purpose to this, and it has to be. Otherwise you wouldn't want to, why just go away if you're just going to screw around and come back and feel like you wasted your time when you were away anyway. So it's got to really be worthwhile to go away now. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba.